These are leprechaun bones. Even though you might think of them as mythical creatures, the EU classifies leprechauns as a protected species, and at least 1/3 of Irish people believe they exist.
Do you believe in the leprechauns?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Today, I'm gonna find a leprechaun. The Irish people have a long history with leprechauns, who are known to be quite mischievous, and for whatever reason, they're said to be obsessed with gold, which means finding a leprechaun could make you a millionaire, but it could also leave you dead. And I gravely underestimated where this journey was going to take me. Lucky for me, I have Kevin, the last known leprechaun whisperer in all of Ireland. You heard me right. Kevin speaks to leprechauns on a frequent basis and claims to know 236 of them. So I did what any reasonable person would. Travel thousands of miles to the leprechaun capital of the world, Carlingford, Ireland, to meet Kevin and find out what's really at the end of a rainbow. And I brought the only Irish person I know with, Dave, who clearly believes in leprechauns.
Ah, it feels good to be in the homeland, baby.
He's not even Irish.
Being tall really paid off.
And since Dave managed to not get a single shot of an elf when we were in Iceland last year, we've also brought some professional help to hold the cameras. We set up shop near the leprechaun mecca of the world, knowing that leprechauns were nearby as we prepared to meet Kevin. And if I'm being honest, I was a little nervous. I mean, all I know about this guy is that he apparently speaks to leprechauns. Lucky for us, he was actually very friendly and invited us into his office, which was plastered with leprechaun memorabilia. The whole place felt a bit like my second grade classroom. But what we were about to learn from Kevin is not something that I would repeat to a second grader. Before heading up to his lair to learn more about the leprechauns, Kevin had us choose our leprechaun companion.
Yeah, his name is Carrick. Carrick's the Gaelic word for rock. Yeah, we love the rock.
All right, I feel like this guy do I get to meet him in real life?
You do?
Hold up, did he just say that I'm about to meet a real live leprechaun? Kevin guided us upstairs where the real story begins to unfold. That's right, I'm talking about actual evidence of leprechauns existing. So hold on to your seat.
36 years ago, there was a local guy, heard a scream coming from the Cooley Mountains. He went up there to investigate to see who made the scream, and when he got up there, he couldn't find anybody. All he found was all the ground around the place was burned, and in the middle of the burning, he found some bones, and beside the bones, he found what he said was a leprechaun suit.
On the ground, we found these three pieces, the hat and the tunic and the trousers,
with 4 pieces of gold in the pocket. He showed it to me, and he told me he thought that leprechauns lived on the Cooley Mountain.
He showed it to you.
I told him I didn't believe in leprechauns, that there was no such thing, and I'd prove it to him. I would get as many people up on the mountain, and we would search it from top to bottom, and if we caught one or saw one, I'd believe, but I'd have to see one before I'd believe.
That's right, even Kevin wasn't a believer. He even treated it like a tourist attraction.
To get the people up there at the time, I hid £4,000, probably about $5,000, along the top of the mountain. And on the day, the mountain was black with people that came in their thousands with butterfly nets and leprechaun traps. And when they came off the mountain, they caught nothing except the £4,000.
Little did Kevin know, his life was about to change forever. And remember those 4 pieces of gold? According to Kevin, he found them several years later right outside this office.
And I brought them up the mountain to where he said he found the suit and the bones. And when I got up there for the first time in my life, I saw 3 leprechauns.
Wait, what? Did he just say he actually saw leprechauns?
Sitting on a rock about that size, talking to each other, having a chat.
So you saw 3 leprechauns just
sitting on
chilling.
a rock, dancing, not chilling, no, they were playing music, they were dancing across the rock. I was frozen to the spot, I couldn't move. I was like that.
You're just stuck there.
I'm just stuck there. But they jumped off the rock and disappeared.
Kevin told every person he knew, but no one believed him.
And I went back up to see could I see them again, and I saw one whom I was able to talk to. He made his acquaintance with me.
What was his name?
Carrick.
Well, it had to be you. Yeah, his name is Carrick.
Carrick's the Gaelic word for rock.
Is he associated at all with the Rock Johnson?
No. No, he's not. He's not. No, he's not that rock. There used to be millions of leprechauns in Ireland, and they all died out except for 236. That's all that's left.
The remaining leprechauns asked Kevin for protection, so he spent 6 years fighting for their rights.
I had 24 members of the European Union sitting around here on the floors, and I finally got them protected as a species by the European Union in 2009.
Leprechauns have been granted heritage status by the EU.
I mean, they have to be real if governments are protecting them, right?
Have you ever taken any pictures with the leprechauns at all?
We'll get to that.
This is getting kind of strange.
I didn't know that there was a tunnel that ran the whole way down from the mountain under where you're sitting.
You're telling me there are leprechauns underneath me right now? According to Kevin, the leprechauns come down the tunnel every morning.
They dance together around the rocks out
Every
here.
morning?
Every morning, as the sun rises.
And if that wasn't weird enough, out of nowhere, Kevin decided he wanted Dave to
Can you
dance.
do Irish dancing?
I can give it a go.
Okay, stand up there.
Not now. I mean, like,
No, I'm saying now, and I'll do the music. Right, here we go.
After Dave gave us a show upstairs, Kevin had us put on these silly hats, and it went from weird to spooky real fast. Kevin was showing us the mountain where the remains were originally found and where he met the leprechauns for the first time. Remember when he told us that they travel right below where we were sitting? Yup, we're going down there.
Go back. Go back. Did you see that?
No.
Okay, well, it's not my fault. Have a look at it later.
Kevin discovered this tunnel many years ago and claims that the leprechauns travel to it every single day. The leprechauns entrusted him to maintain the tunnel. He even showed us some physical evidence of these little guys. And since it wasn't morning, he explained that we would have a better chance of seeing them at the same spot that he first came across them.
So there's a protected area up here for the leprechauns.
Yes,
That
yes.
the EU has set up.
Yes.
Okay, we can go see it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'd love to see it.
He was gracious enough to take us up the mountain and showed us exactly where he originally found them. If there's a place we're going to see a leprechaun, it's on this mountain.
Any pieces of advice? Any final word?
Tread lightly.
And with those last words of advice, the hunt was on.
Heard a scream coming from the Cooley Mountains. And he found some bones, and beside the bones he found what he said was a leprechaun suit. When I got up there for the first time in my life, I saw 3 leprechauns.
So I know it probably seems pretty goofy that we're even up here, but the actual land that we're standing on right now, this entire area, is actually protected by the EU for the leprechauns. That's insane. That means they're probably real, Dave.
We'll see.
And Dave was right. I did see something. But it was getting dark, and it's completely possible that my eyes were playing tricks on me.
What was that, actually, though? Something did move over there.
I think it's a bird, is it? I didn't know if you're being serious. Am I
No,
right?
I'm actually being serious. Was the camera running? Yeah. I'm not even kidding. I didn't see something.
I feel like a whole lot of nothing is happening.
I mean, it could have been a squirrel, for all I know, but I swear it's something.
I wasn't sure what that was, but I've been standing on this mountain for hours, and I'm getting desperate. So desperate that 3 grown men are taking pictures of grass, hoping to catch a shot of a leprechaun. Turns out the only thing I caught was a major L, the middle seat on a 9-hour flight back home. But at least I got this sick hat.
Happy hunting and top of the morning to you too.